I'm sorry. I've been following the recommendations from the CDC 4 and 3 masks, but every time I do, I start to suffocate. Standing for the Redneck Garage. Well, if you look behind me, you see that I've got a brand new Jeep. And if you watched the last video, I was contemplating buying it. Today's video is going to be about buying the Jeep, what I found out about the background steps that anyone needs to do from purchasing a used Jeep or any kind of used vehicle, truthfully. So let's dive into what it takes to buy a used vehicle and be confident that you know you're not getting ripped off. Okay, so if you watched the last video, you know that I'd found a Jeep that a customer had lost the keys to and they were contemplating selling it. A little bit more on that story later. Before I made an offer or did anything else, the next thing that I needed to do was do a VIN check. He told me a lot about the Jeep, and here's what I would say. No matter who you're talking to or where you're buying a vehicle, trust no one. Verify it yourself, because if you can, then you're pretty confident in what you're doing. Now let's take a look at what I did to verify that this Jeep was the unicorn that I thought it was. So in wanting to do my due diligence, I went ahead and bought some subscriptions to Vincheck Pro. I think it was $20 for 3 Vinchecks, something like that. I can't remember exactly. It's about 20 bucks though. And this is the report that came out. So when I went to the odometer readings, there was one from 2020 from Virginia at 59,763. And then now in 2021, 59,766. So I was like, oh man, come on. Of course, when you read here, it says this report was compiled from thousands of databases bringing you the most comprehensive and up-to-date information. So all I know is that it's got 2 records for the odometer, which is fishy as heck, and really nothing else on the vehicle. No wrecks, no previous uses found, blah, 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 all that. Totally fishy in my mind. Okay, so after reading the Vincheck Pro report, I was kind of bummed out, to tell you the truth. I thought I'm going to have to call this guy and say, hey, after doing some research, doesn't it really appear like it's got 60,000 miles on it, because in 1 year it shows 6 miles and it only has 2 different listings, and it's just not worth it for me to take a chance on something, you know, really that expensive with no records whatsoever, and it's really kind of missing some history. Somebody looks like monkeyed with the odometer on it. But then I thought, you know what? Let's take a look at what Carfax has to say. After being disappointed with the Vincheck Pro, I went ahead and paid 40 bucks to get the Carfax report. First thing I noticed, it shows $16,440 as the retail value. I go on down, it says there's an accident, 2 previous owners, 6 service history records, blah, blah, blah. 59,766 was the last odometer reading, so that's a good sign, actually. It shows that it's a 1 owner, basically, that owned it for 11 years, 7 months, and then this owner too, the guy I bought it from, had it for about 6 months, is what he told me. So that jives with that, right? No issues here. There was an accident in 2009. So then I go and look at the detailed history, and here it is, 104 miles, and you go down, it's renewed, every year it shows renewed. Here's the damage on the front end. It had a collision, which jives with what's damaged on the front end. Evidently, they never got it fixed. 2010, 2014, you just keep going down. It shows where they had the thermostat replaced, coolant sensor, starter was replaced, oil filter, going down, oil and filter change. They did a pretty big, right here, in 2020, it looks like this is when it was sold, and they did a tune-up and tires rotation, things like that. And then it goes down to 2021, past emissions inspection in Tennessee, and that's the second owner is the guy that I bought it from. So basically everything he told me about the Jeep was correct, that it was basically a 1-owner car. It had 60,000 miles on it. He only owned it for 6 months and was selling it. So holy moly, a 60,000 mile Jeep that's a 2008 is like a unicorn. So after reading the Carfax report, I was actually kind of stoked instead of depressed. I called up the owner and said, hey man, what are you asking for the Jeep? You know, because there was a little bit of damage to it, not, you know, but I had verified that everything was correct in what he was telling me, and I knew that the Jeep booked out at about $16,500 on the retail side, right? So he said, well, you know, there's this guy that's trying to give me $9,000 for it. And he goes, I just don't know. He's coming in from out of state to look at it and yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, well, I said, I'll give you $9,500 cash right now. And he said, well, I'm out of town, but let me think about that for a minute. I was like, okay. So on my way home, I saw this Jeep. It's a 2011, 3 years newer, and has more mileage. It is a Rubicon. And the interior's, the updated interior's got a different steering wheel. But from the outside, you know, they look identical. It's got a winch on it and a nice bumper. And here's what the price they wanted for that. For this 2011 Rubicon with 89,000 miles, they're asking $21,500 roughly. That makes mine look pretty good. So, sure enough, he calls me back and said, yeah, I'll take $9,500. You're local here and you can come get it. I'd rather sell it to somebody local than have to fool with somebody from out of state. And I said, awesome. So I went over to his house with the money and met him, and he was absolutely the nicest guy in the world. He was a football coach, college, and they were moving out of state. He got another job and yada yada. He bought a toy. Of course, it had a new key that I had made, and I gave him the money, and he gave me some paperwork, which I was really kind of shocked at. I'm back! The magic of editing, right? I have his buyer's order that he gave me when I bought the Jeep from him, and he bought it from a dealership in North Carolina and paid $11,600 for it. He paid almost $12,000 for it, and he sold it to me for $95,000. Now, if you think at this point I looked at him and said, why are you selling it so cheap? That is not what I did. I gave him the money and I said, I really do appreciate you selling me the Jeep. It'll be on the Redneck Garage. He certainly could have sold it for more money than he did, but, you know, who am I to ask why? I do appreciate the deal. Sometimes the Jeep gods just smile on you, and you just go on down the road and say, wow, I got a one-owner Jeep, 60,000 miles for $9,500, and I couldn't be happier, and I'm very appreciative to the former owner. He's a very, very nice guy, and I wish him luck next year in his football pursuits. That he is a super guy. Okay, so what are my takeaways? Well, number one, Vincheck sucked and Carfax was awesome. Carfax had a detailed report of everything that happened with the vehicle every single year, maintenance records, things like that, where Vincheck had two recent odometer readings, and that was it. So it pretty much sucked. So you get what you pay for. Carfax, number one, Vincheck, crappy. Right? So rely on Carfax, pay a little bit extra, and you get what you pay for. That's what I would say about that. Number two, I got really lucky finding a Jeep with lower miles, although it does still need a lot of work and some modifications that I want to do on it, and that's going to be some of the videos coming up. Number three, I would say that all the people that are going to put comments down below saying that TJs are the last real Jeep. This is a JK with 2 doors and a soft top. Just because it's got a 3.8 doesn't mean it isn't still a Jeep. It's not a 4-door. So there we go. That's how I'm going to make the separation. Looking to do a lot of modifications. Bought a radio that we're going to install. I'm looking at a lift kit. I'm probably going to do a rough country because they've always been good to me. So keep watching. That's what's going to be coming up, as well as a Toyota pickup truck. Any questions, comments, suggestions, put them down below. I really do appreciate you being a subscriber. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.